Precious Lord, take my hand.
Hello, my name is Rodney Staggers. I'm a member of the Tonto Church of Christ in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm also a certified mental health first aid instructor. I want to talk to you a little bit about anxiety. May was Mental Health Month, and so I found it fitting to kind of talk about a mental health disorder. In today's times, many people are experiencing anxiety. We have the COVID-19 being locked up at home. We have the George Floyd murder and protesting, and it's just very uneasy during these times. James 1:2-4, the Bible says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking in anything." So the Bible's telling us to consider it pure joy when we face trials of many kinds. Now, anxiety itself, it's the fear of things that you cannot control. It can be caused by an event, or it can be caused by an activity, an experience that you go through that makes you nervous or worrisome. Both anxiety and stress cause physical and mental symptoms. However, everyone has anxieties from time to time. I'm going to talk a little bit about chronic anxiety, which can interfere with your quality of life. It can interfere with your work. It can interfere with your school. It can interfere with the things that you enjoy doing. It can interfere with the relationships that you may have with others. We know that anxiety can kind of mess with you mentally, but it also can have serious consequences on your physical health as well. We know about depression. It can make you irritable. You can have breathing problems. You can have headaches. You can have upset stomach, pounding heart, panic attacks, loss of libido. You can even have a sense of doom. I know a little bit about generalized anxiety disorder, or better known as GAD, because I myself was diagnosed with it many years ago, starting in my early teens. Now, GAD is a mental disorder characterized by having by excessive worry about just everyday events and activities such as school, work, family, friends, money. The individual not only worries, he or she also finds it very difficult to control that worry. And so therefore they end up worrying about worrying. An individual with GAD may also have the following symptoms. They can be very restless, being easily fatigued, difficulty concentrating. Sometimes their mind might go blank. They can have muscle tension, sleep disturbances. They could sleep too much or they could sleep too little. Anxiety disorder is the most common mental illness in the United States. It affects over 40 million adults in the United States over the age of 18 and older, or 18.1% of the population every year. In this COVID-19 era, people are all over the world are feeling very anxious. We're truly living differently today than we were 5-6 months ago. You may wonder, how are we going to get through these times? As Christians, we have to remember that God is still on the throne. He is in charge and not COVID-19. It's not Donald Trump. It's not your governor that's in charge. It is God. He is still on the throne and he is still in charge. We have to wonder, where's our faith? God will see us through this. Psalm 73:26 says, "My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." David shows his faith in Psalms 23 when he says, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." Moses, at 120 years old, encouraged the people right before they were going into the promised land in Deuteronomy 31:6 by saying, "Be strong and of good courage." He says, "Fear not, nor be afraid of them, for the Lord thy God, he it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. He told them that God was going to go before them and destroy their enemies. He will never leave you nor forsake you. That's some serious backup right there. When you got, you figure if you've ever been in a situation when you were looking for someone to have your back and you look back there and they're gone. God says, I will never forsake thee or leave thee. And so we have to, in Philippians 4:6, it says, be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. That means don't worry about anything. Don't be anxious about anything. But it also tells us to pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. John 14:1, Jesus says, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. If you go down a little further to verse 27, Jesus says, peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. So we're supposed to trust in God and not be afraid. We have to believe that God is going to see us through these times. We have to love each other. We have to lift one another up. 1967, the Beatle members, John Lennon and Paul McCartney, were working on separate songs, and they decided to go with the song that John Lennon wrote. The title of that song is All You Need Is Love. And the lyrics go on to say, love is all you need. And so we need to spread joy. We need to spread love and not hate and violence. That's my word for today with you. I hope somehow something I said will help you with your walk with God, and God bless you. Thank you. Good night.
Precious Lord, take my hand.